I'm your host, Eric Patterson. Alongside me is my sister, Erin. Join us as we explore the amazing, mysterious aspects of our planet's cultures, history, and future trends. Yo, yo.
What's up?
What's going on?
Merry almost Christmas.
Merry 1 week. Yeah, 1 week till Christmas.
Crazy.
It is wild.
But we're here.
We are here. And excited to be here. We have some Christmas stories for you today. And I guess they're a bit weird.
Yeah.
As always.
Yeah.
We have some folklore, which we don't do a lot.
Yeah, not really.
Not really. I guess we did the Minahuni.
Yeah, that's true.
That's kind of folklorish.
The Hawaiian.
The Hawaiian.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what you want to call them, dwarf people.
Yeah.
Or yeah.
Also, that spurred from me like going to Hawaii.
It did.
Like in the middle of the summer.
Yeah.
And now here we are.
I know. Now it's
December.
I know we did that. That was after the 4th.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's wild. No, it always after the 4th, and everybody I think says the same thing. Like after the 4th of July, the whole year just flies by. But it's true. It's true. It's unfortunately here in the South, it just rains because it's never cold enough to snow.
Right. It's just, and it's like, it just smells like damp everywhere.
It does.
It is not it.
And then when snow comes here, everybody in the South is like,
oh my God, what is that? Oh my God, what is that?
that's exactly what happens.
That's what they sound like.
When snow hits here in the South. Yeah. So I was waiting to cue that up so bad.
That's so good.
It's so good. But yeah, we that was poor.
That was so bad.
My mind just spaced. I was gonna say something and then
He just started staring.
and then just stared out the window. We have the story about the folklore, Christmas folklore, and then we got time traveler. I actually haven't read that article yet, so
It was the first one.
Yeah,
you sent in the list. Yeah. Well, I read it. I come prepared.
And then and then the other story we have is about
I like all of them. They're great.
a Christmas Bigfoot.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Love that one.
Good one.
You guys are gonna love it.
Christmas Bigfoot from Oregon. So yeah, let's get into it. So we're gonna start with the Christmas folklore. And
Jump right in.
So there's a couple of these that I've never heard of. Obviously, so this article is concerning Krampus. And if you don't know about Krampus, well, I don't know where you've been, but Krampus is a Germanic Central Europe folklore creature, basically like an anti-Claus.
They call him like an evil twin.
Yeah, an evil twin. So like, I guess it's that religious, or not religious, but spiritual thing where everything has to balance out. So if there's something good, there has to be an evil, and this is like the evil of Saint Nick. So the Krampus, just for those of you that don't know, is a foul, demonic, hulking beast. And he's covered in hair, cloven hooves, fangs, obscenely long pointed tongue. Interesting. In most traditions, he carries clanking chains, often covered in bells, which he whips out to frighten and terrify. He carries branches to swat kids.
Oh.
Very abusive. Yeah, just like this goat man.
He takes like everything great about Santa and makes it like bad. Like he just
That's true.
uses it for bad.
That's
basically.
True. Yeah. So instead of like giving stuff to kids. He kidnaps kids.
them.
He takes them. He doesn't give.
Instead of the bells being like, "Oh, I'm here," it's like on chains.
Yeah. Instead of bright and cheery, he's covered in hair and is beastly.
And also, I don't know what Santa smells like, but I think he would smell really like great. You know?
I'm thinking like a mix of like a nice campfire.
Oh.
But also with like the smell of like sweet chocolate or candy cane. So,
Ooh.
like a good balance.
Yeah.
Like outdoorsy because.
But a little pepperminty.
Yeah, definitely.
Because he's been flying through the sky.
Yeah, exactly. So like a bit weathered, but homey. Because he's from the North Pole.
That was great. Yeah,
I mean,
right
it
on.
makes sense. Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah. So there's Krampus. Or as the Germans, I sure say, Krampus.
I was waiting.
Krampus.
Our in-house professional pronouncer.
Professional German pronouncer. So the origins of Krampus most likely came from some sort of pagan god. Some say it may have even influenced the original Christian image of the devil. Doesn't go into any more detail, but that's a possibility. Over the centuries, he became more and more associated with the Christmas season, and his visage was used in Christian pre-Christmas festivities during the 15th and 16th century. And yeah, as we stated before, he took on more of a counterpoint to St. Nicholas. So
used as a warning to misbehave children to get it together.
Yeah, exactly. I'm sure it was taken by adults or the establishment at that time and was like, hey, make sure your kids don't leave because...
Right.
You know, like, obviously I'm sure most of the villages at the time were pretty secluded.
Right.
If you weren't living in a big city. So, like, obviously you want your kids to be... You don't just want your kids running off. So you're like, hey, there's a giant beast in the woods that's going to kidnap you if you run off. Yeah.
That's very true.
It's like the movie, the M. Night Shyamalan movie, The Village. Have you ever seen it?
I haven't.
Yeah, so basically this group, spoiler alert, if you want to watch the movie, skip 30 seconds ahead. Okay. So basically what happens is there's this group of people that develop this village on this like nature preserve, but the movie makes you think it's like back in the past, but it's really present, and they've created this this monster that lives in the woods, but it's really one of the elders that always plays the monster, and it makes sure the monster is basically making sure people don't escape this little commune they have.
Okay.
Yeah. So
it's fun. Yeah.
Eventually someone kills the person in the monster suit because he's like killing people in the village.
Right.
Yeah. So, okay. So that's pretty much Krampus. There's also a modern day. There's a bunch of like, if you look at videos from Germany, there's like parades they do and different stuff. But yeah. So
it's a big deal.
It's become a cultural icon, really.
Yeah.
Okay, you want to take the next few?
Yeah, might need some help pronouncing this next guy.
I got you.
Okay. So, somewhat different to Krampus in the fact that he's not always evil is...
This Frau
Perchta?
Perchta or Perchta? I think Frau is a woman.
Oh, it's a woman.
I believe so.
Okay. Well, maybe it's a woman.
Yeah. No, it is.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, she's not always an evil presence. Contrary to women.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. But she'll actually reward those who've not sinned or who are well behaved. And she demands it on her feast day, which lies on Epiphany, which is...
December 25th?
Okay.
I don't know what it is.
That's what I was thinking. But
I guess it's January 6th.
Oh.
Spanning from Oh.
No.
No?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. January 6th.
So December 25th to January 25th, which is Epiphany.
Oh, yeah.
So on this day, January 6th, she demands that everyone stop working, enjoy a great meal with their families, and leave a bowl out for her.
Yeah. She's referred to in this article as the pagan alpine goddess. And honestly, if I'm reincarnated, I want to be a pagan alpine goddess.
Me as well.
That just sounds nice.
It does.
Yeah.
It does. I mean, you're running the show.
Yeah, living on a mountain.
Yep.
Yeah.
She also likes when people fulfill a quota of spinning yarn, of all things. And so she doesn't sound that bad.
Domesticated.
So far. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know. But on her active night, she said to fly forth into the night looking for the wicked, dishonest, disobedient, or just those who haven't spun enough.
Wow.
Accompanied, my favorite, by a ghostly army of vile demon imps called the Perkton.
Perkton, yeah. Perkton.
And this also, in this group of demon people, is the souls of unbaptized children.
Of course.
When she finds a target, she said to sit on them, disembowel them, and then fill the empty body cavity with rocks and straw.
Wow.
And if one is lucky, she might only cut out their tongue.
Only the tongue.
Only their tongue.
Jesus.
If you're lucky. So basically,
I think
she
might
sounds
be bipolar.
horrifying.
She might be bipolar.
I mean, when she's great, but when she's in a mood,
just make sure you baptize your kids.
yeah, right. Moral of the story.
Honestly, probably was back then.
No, honestly, you're right.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. There's Frau for you. What else we got?
Belsnickel? Yeah.
Yeah. So Belsnickel is a fur-wearing, stick-carrying entity from, again, the lore of German-speaking Europe, which was, they say, mainly in southwestern Germany at the time.
Bavaria, I think.
Oh, really?
Maybe. I don't know. The Black Forest.
Yeah. So Belsnickel appears to be a decrepit, disheveled-looking man decked out in ragged furs, pelts, and a creepy mask, usually carrying a stick or something.
Okay.
And in these days before Christmas, he'll come to homes, he'll check up on the children and their behavior, and he is known to rap upon the windows or doors to capture the attention of these kids, and then he'll sing a song.
Is he spitting bars, or is he hitting the windows?
I don't think he's like spitting bars.
Okay.
But we can definitely say that.
Yeah. The German rap scene is actually pretty good, so I don't know.
Honestly.
Yeah.
It probably is.
No, I've listened to a few. It's not bad, but it doesn't sound like that's what he's doing.
No. I just picture him like putting his whole body on the window.
Yeah.
Kind of like a spider or something.
Yeah, I like the face like up against the window.
Yeah. That too. But yeah, so he'll sing to them, throw them out candy. And if the child's too greedy for this candy, then he'll start beating them with his stick.
Classic.
So, he doesn't rap, and he hits people
Beats
with
kids.
sticks. So.
Sounds like Chris Brown.
Honestly, I was going to say something, but I didn't know. I didn't know the vibe. But, yeah, so I guess he'll just torment these children who come off as naughty or too greedy. But he'll reward good ones with candies and cake. So
I want candies and cake.
But this was actually, this tradition or this story of Belsnickel was brought to the U.S. in the 1800s by settlers, and it has since evolved into basically just a figure that warns children to be good in the weeks before Christmas. And it doesn't really like dish out punishment or like beat them. It's just like, just be good.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Not bad.
Good ending.
Yeah, not bad.
Cake and candy.
Cake and candy. Wow, there are a lot of different.
There are so many.
There's so many. It's crazy. I'm just gonna go through a few of these.
Yeah.
We don't have to go into a ton of detail, but There's another evil Santa, anti-Santa, I should say, called Hans Trapp from the Alsace-Lorraine region of France. Trapp was a normal but very rich man, and he devolved into a wicked, Satan-worshipping miscreant, an unpleasant, heretical hermit practicing black magic, and he was excommunicated by the church. So he became insane and took to dressing like a scarecrow. This is terrifying, honestly. He would stand motionless in fields waiting for children to approach. And if they got too close, he would lash out and kill and eat them. One day he was struck down by lightning, ending his reign of terror.
Honestly, tough way to go.
Yeah.
But
he was struck down by God.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Yep.
The country of Iceland has some spooky punisher of naughty children. A vile troll called, I'm not going to pronounce this because Icelandic is insane.
Yeah.
Gyrla or Gurla.
Mm-hmm.
I know there's an emphasis on the Y. So apparently this thing chops up, boils, and eats misbehaving kids. At least he cooks them, I'm just saying.
Yeah, it could be like the guy before.
Yeah, she has a partner in crime husband, so little Bonnie and Clyde of Iceland.
Mm-hmm.
Gurla was not always associated with Christmas, but became linked to the holiday in the 17th century. Interesting. So she's horrifying. Again,
she's honestly hideous.
Cloven hooves. Yep.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, they have a pet apparently called the Yule cat. It's like more of a lion than a house cat apparently. Yeah.
And the couple has 13 offspring, it says.
Evil offspring, yeah. Called the Yule lads.
And the Yule cat.
The Yule lads. Apparently they wreak havoc. Yeah.
What else are you going to do when you look like that?
I mean, yeah. That's interesting. So that's Iceland.
Iceland is honestly so wild to me.
Iceland is crazy. Do you know Iceland gets most of its power from geothermic energy?
I knew you were going to just say some random fun
it's
fact.
basically a volcano. And you know how I learned that?
How?
There's a show that Zac Efron did with this lifestyle dude. I can't remember his name, but they went around the world basically.
Was it the water thing?
Yeah.
I never watched it.
But. Yeah, so they went to France and they went to Iceland. But yeah, Iceland has just built these crazy facilities that basically power the entire country. Now, there's obviously more details. I'm generalizing here, but they've been able to provide power. But again, it's only 300,000 people or something.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Well, I think we have to do this.
Yeah,
one.
so we'll end on this one, and then we'll move on. This is a tradition from Wales Wales is one of those languages, or Welsh is one of those languages. The Mari Lwyd.
Yeah.
Something like that. This is a skeletal zombie horse that rises each year during the holiday season to go to people's homes and sing a hymn or whisper poetry through the door.
Also, did you say skeletal? Is that how it's actually pronounced?
It's either skeletal or skeletal. I've heard both.
Well, you just always correct me, so I would like to know.
Yeah, no, I think it's one of those.
Okay.
It doesn't matter. Yeah.
Poetry?
Yeah, so I mean, this thing actually raps.
We've come full circle.
Yeah, well, no, I mean, seriously, the residents of the abode then have to engage it and beat it in a rap battle. Yeah. Originally a pagan pre-Christian tradition, it's become more intertwined with Christmas and New Year in recent times.
So they have to beat it in this rap battle for it not to come in and
It's
do
sort of like
things.
it's sort of like the devil went down to Georgia. You know.
Yeah. Looking for a soul to steal.
Looking for a soul to steal. Yeah, but you beat it, and I think it's good. It almost looks like this picture. Almost looks like a Day of the Dead type of picture.
Honestly, it's kind of a vibe.
Yeah,
but it is skeletal.
Yep. Kind of looks like the
It
Wendigo.
does. Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's,
Well, I've honestly, the only one I've heard of these lists is Krampus.
Yeah.
These are all new to me. That's crazy. Just shows you how much like folklore is around the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so interesting.
It is. It's crazy.
And like tying it in with like the history of
and
the
then
time.
like, especially in Germany, like the Christian traditions. And
Yeah.
It all just gets so convoluted.
Yeah, it does.
Okay, let's do the Bigfoot, and then we'll end on the time traveler story.
Sounds good.
You want to take the Bigfoot guy?
Yes, I can.
Okay.
All right, so to start, apparently, so there's an image of this. It's apparently on this county's Facebook page, which I tried to look at briefly while I was in the line at the UPS store. But so we're going to go deeper into looking at it
right now.
But it wouldn't come up. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there's
Apparently,
something.
It's something.
There is something there, yeah.
There's an
There's
object.
a big shadow.
But, so it's the Morrow County, I think it's just Morrow
Umatilla
/ Morrow County Watch Facebook page if you're interested. But so this was in Oregon, and the state police received a call from a motorist on the night of November 30th, and they said that they saw a Sasquatch. And these like state police probably get calls all the time in the Pacific Northwest about these things. So
That's a big hotbed of...
They were saying that they weren't like super concerned, but like obviously they answered the call and whatnot.
I think this is what they heard on the call.
Oh my God, what is that? Oh my God, what is that?
Yeah, apparently that's what they heard.
That's what they heard. If you ask them.
Yep.
They were speechless besides that.
Yep.
So this happened on I-84, and it says exit 64A, which it runs along the Columbia River bordering Washington. And these are two hotbeds for Bigfoot sightings, obviously. So according to the Morrow County Watch, this is what the person said, other than, oh my God. They said, described the thing as dwarfing the guardrail, and it was too big to be a bear, not to mention that it was walking upright. And so that does sound like Bigfoot, but like I said, it was the Pacific Northwest, so they weren't super like, oh yeah, whatever. They get them all the time.
Yeah.
But, so the dispatcher that answered this call went and checked a monitor connected to the Department of Transportation in Oregon, and the weather cameras also along this I-84, and one happened to be pointed at the same spot that they said that they saw this Bigfoot. And so now they're like, wow, because they saw that, like, whatever it is, that shadow thing. So the dispatcher guy says that it gave him chills, and so he, like, had to share it. But basically, to describe it in words, it's a dark, shadowy, blurry photo of something that could be Bigfoot, and it is, like, straddling the guardrail. And there's, like, one car approaching, but they don't know if that's, like, the witness or if it's someone else. But, so basically they're like, well, it's 11:30 on Saturday, and, like, could be someone who's drunk, you know, and, like, got left by whoever. And it's the exit's near the Hood River where it runs into the Columbia. And the Hood River runs to Mount Hood, and this is a place that's had so many Bigfoot sightings.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, but there don't appear to be any other 911 calls about this on that night. And it was walking upright as it climbed over a guardrail, which apparently is unusual for a bear to like crawl over something upright.
Yes, yeah.
Sure. But as they're trying to connect all these dots and whatnot, there's a lot of like skepticism like on the picture, and
I don't know.
it's
It could be Krampus. I'm just saying.
it could be,
Yeah.
honestly.
Cloven hooves and everything. He walks upright, so.
You're right.
That's really it.
It isn't like
it's not much left.
it's just that there's been a lot of sightings in this area, so I think they're like, you know.
Yeah, I mean.
But also, the moral of the story: Santa is Bigfoot.
Yes,
is where we've gotten.
Yep.
So, you know, wherever you are,
It's true.
he's coming.
Apparently, there is a movie. No, there's a book. Apparently, there's a book called Bigfoot and Santa Get Trashed in Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
And it is the account of Bigfoot, Santa, and the Tooth
Oh my
Fairy
gosh.
throwing a bachelor party in Vegas for the Easter Bunny, who is marrying a Playboy bunny. Now that is a book I need to read.
We're gonna have to read that book.
Christmas list, check it off.
Oh man,
That's epic. Oh,
it
man.
is. I want to know who came up with that,
Yeah.
what they were on,
No, for real.
but
But that picture, there's something definitely walking across the highway.
yeah,
Like there's a big shadow. You
it
just
is.
can't
It's like
see.
most Bigfoot photos.
Yeah,
I feel
it
like.
is, yeah.
But I mean, you knew that the person wasn't making it up completely because it was there.
There's something
Like-
there, yeah.
They just, yeah,
They could be embellishing, but there's something was walking across the highway.
yeah, something freaked them out. So, yeah,
Nice. Okay.
take us home.
Take us home with the time traveler. I guess it's not too long. I'm gonna count.
No, it's super easy.
So, there is a TikTok time traveler. That's just the most ridiculous thing.
It is.
Oh man, there's a TikTok time traveler called That One Time Traveler, who claims
Just that one.
just the one guy who claims to be from 2485. So that's 360 years from now. Apparently, he posted this blast of revelations. And instead of telling you exactly what you're getting from Christmas, he decides to keep you in suspense, like a boyfriend who hasn't bought your present yet. That's pretty funny.
It is.
So this guy or gal, he told us to remember a different date. So I guess this came from one of his blasts. He said, on October 7th, 2021, something amazing would be found in the Atlantic Ocean. He also told us to remember 11/27, okay, when a large star in the solar system, that would be the sun, he said it would explode and make the sky dark blue for 9 to 10 hours. I don't know what either of those could possibly be.
No.
Um,
But I mean that happened. Like those dates happened.
those dates happened, but I mean, did you check to see if anything of like that happened?
Well,
I mean, obviously a star didn't explode in the solar system.
I just thought I would have remembered an event
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
But, I mean,
It. What is? I did. This is the one I didn't read. Apparently, sports are still important in the future, but not.
oh my gosh.
Marvel movies. He predicts 8 humans receive superpowers on December 20th. What is the date?
It's 17.
17th. Okay, could be us, I guess.
It could be. It better be
Yeah.
because we're talking about
It
it.
could be us. 8 humans would receive superpowers of telepathy, telekinesis, pure strength. Not sure what that means. Enhanced endurance. I mean, that would be
I would
nice.
love that.
That would be nice. Talking to animals, definitely. Yep. Yep. And that's about it. I'm gonna have to check out this TikToker because I have seen other time traveler TikTokers. There was this weird one I saw where I think it was like Spanish, and everywhere he was going, it was completely abandoned. He was claiming to be a TikToker, and I was like, okay, you could just like go out. It was during the day, but like there are plenty of abandoned places.
Right.
He claimed that he was like from the future or in the future.
Oh, and these places are abandoned.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can just go to abandoned places.
Yeah, I mean,
and act like
there's like abandoned villages all over the place.
Yeah. But I mean, okay.
This was also during COVID, so like,
yeah,
there were plenty of places that didn't have people in them.
Right. Very true.
Yeah. Honestly, that was a little underwhelming.
Yeah, I mean, there wasn't much to it.
No.
But just that, it was just funny, like, it's TikTok.
Well, yeah, the article's like you're a time traveler from the future, but TikTok is your best means to.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, we should be concerned.
Yes. Oh,
for the
sure.
future, if that's the case.
If TikTok is still alive 360 years from now.
Uh-huh. Still the means of communication.
Yeah. I mean, he should be in the metaverse if he's from the future.
That's true.
That is the future.
I saw, speaking of the metaverse, I'm trying to remember what it was. Oh, so Chanel West Coast was put on her story that one of her rapper, like, guy friends was debuting, like, one of his singles last night.
Okay.
Because, like, that's when new music, like, Thursday night.
Yeah, Thursday nights,
is when new music comes out. But in the metaverse, at a strip club, like a virtual strip club. And he was, like, performing.
Yeah.
Like, at the strip club, debuting his song. And she was, like, going.
Yeah.
Like, with her little goggles or whatever.
See, my thing is, and this is no beef against Chanel West Coast, because I love Chanel.
What? Right.
Well, I mean, we've watched Ridiculousness and Rob Dyrdek's stuff since we were, like,
little.
13, 14.
Yeah.
But I think currently the metaverse is a place for people who do not have a large audience in the real world to go.
I agree.
And I don't think it's always going to be like that. And some people may capitalize on the metaverse. But currently, I think it's a place where people that are still like on the outside go.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, Chanel she's a rapper, and I mean, she produces music, so it's not like she's not mainstream.
No, she's not.
Yeah.
So it makes sense why they.
But she does have bangers.
She does have bangers.
Yes.
They shock you from time to time.
They do. Yeah. They do shock you. I had an idea. One of the stories brought a thought to my head on a future episode that we should do, but I forgot.
Was it one of the folklore people?
Yeah, I think it was one of the folklore. I don't know what it was. I was saying we should do a feature episode where we just talk about like the original Grimm fairy tales.
Yes.
Yeah, because we loved the show Grimm.
Yeah. We did.
I watched the whole thing. Did you?
It was on NBC.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did watch it.
Yeah, that was a good show.
Really good.
So we should do that.
We should. Yeah. That'll definitely be one we do.
Yeah. Well, that's all I got.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same.
Sweet. Well, that's it for tonight. We wish you all a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. You can find us on World We Live Pod on Twitter. You can find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google. You can find us on YouTube actually as well. I always forget about YouTube for some reason, but World We Live In podcast. Not all the episodes are on there, just a heads up, just the most recent ones, like past 4 or 5. So, but if you like just listen to stuff on YouTube, then do that.
They're the ones with me in them also. So.
Yes, that is correct.
Yes. So the best.
Of course. And other than that, that's all we got. Be safe out there.
Happy holidays, Merry Christmas.
Yes, of course. And we'll catch you in the new year. And until then, I'll talk to you later.